What's up everybody, and welcome to the video here on CR95 Games. Today I'm going to be showing you 3 amazing builds for an amazing weapon. One of the best weapons in the game, very easily, hands down. Competes with the Legion with no problems really. And that weapon is the Silva and Aegis Prime. An amazing weapon. For any of you who don't know and are wondering, this is the Day of the Dead skin on mine. But let's go ahead and take a look at the builds. So, the first build we're looking at is for Grenier. You're gonna absolutely need the stance mod Final Harbinger. It's gonna make a huge difference in the amount of DPS you can deal with the Silva and Aegis. And you just have to have Final Harbinger. It's going to make it so much better. It's such a fun weapon, especially with the stance. It's just a great stance, especially for this one. Next, we're working with Prime Pressure Point. If you don't have the Prime version, you can use normal Pressure Point until you do get it. And then we have Voltic Strike and Virulent Scourge to give us that status chance, and Corrosive and Heat status against the Grenier. We have Condition Overload that will give us plus 60% melee damage for each status type affecting a target, which increases your damage by an insane amount. And it's just really one of the best mods in the game. Then we have Drifting Contact, which increases our combo duration by 10 seconds and gives us 40% status chance. The status chance is very helpful. It's helpful. But then what we're mainly after with this one is the increased combo duration by 10 seconds. Yes, body count does give you 2 extra seconds, but that plus 40% status chance is really the better way to go on what's mostly a status weapon. And the reason we want this more combo duration is because of Weeping Wounds, which is going to give us another plus 45% status chance that stacks with the combo multiplier. With Weeping Wounds on here, and we also have Blood Rush, which is going to give you very high critical chance when you get up there. And this weapon is going to be getting crits like crazy. Your whole screen is going to be yellow. But with Weeping Wounds and Blood Rush together, once you start getting up to those level 300 and higher enemies, this is where it's really going to come into play. And it's going to make it to where you can dispatch a level 350 Corrupted Bombard in nothing but 3 or 4 seconds at the most. It's just no problem. It's an amazing weapon. It's so strong. Then we got Berserker, which gives us plus 30% attack speed, maximum 75% for 24 seconds on a critical hit, which we're going to be getting critical hits non-stop, as I said before. So first off, let's take a look at what this build can do. As you can see, we're going to be going up against level 155 heavy gunners. I've placed 20 of them around the map so we can get that combo multiplier going up and get that status chance going up from our Weeping Wounds, and then get that crit chance going up from our Blood Rush. I do have a third build for after the first 2 that do not require Blood Rush or Weeping Wounds for the people who don't have those mods. But first off, let's use this build and see what it can do. Once we start getting that combo multiplier up, you can see it starts getting a lot better. As if it didn't start off to be awesome in the beginning. Those were level 155 heavy gunners. 20 down in no time at all. So now let's take a look at the next build, which this one is for taking down Corpus and Infested. There isn't much difference between this one and the Grenier one except an element change. which we're changing to Virulent Scourge, and Volcanic Edge, which gives us Gas Element. And we're going to be, this one is for Corpus and Infested. So let's go find a couple Corpus and a couple Infested. Here we are with our Corpus Infested build and 155 Ancient Healers. There we go. 20 Ancient Healers down in absolutely no time with this Silva and Aegis build. Now let's take a look at some level 155 Corpus Tech. Here we are again with the Corpus Infested build up against 20 level 155 Corpus Tech. Once again, 20 level 155s down in no time at all. No problems whatsoever. So now, let's take a look at that third build that doesn't have Weeping Wounds and Blood Rush for those people who don't have those two mods yet. Here we are. Once again, still have Final Harbinger. Like I said, really need this stance mod. Gotta get this one. You can probably get it from the trade chat for around 20 plat. I wouldn't really pay more than 25 at the most, so stick around that price range. Next we have Prime Reach. Of course, if you don't have the Prime version, normal Reach, go ahead and work with that one. Prime Pressure Point, same thing if you don't have Prime, normal Pressure Point. Berserker to give us that attack speed. Volcanic Edge and Virulent Scourge to give us that toxin and that heat to give us gas, and you can really use gas against Corpus Infested and Grenier with the Silva and Aegis, and it doesn't make too big of a difference at low levels, but once you start getting up there around those 3, 4, 500s, you're going to notice that the damage is going to drop if you don't have those two mods by quite a bit. It's still going to be able to kill them without much trouble though. And then we have Condition Overload so that we get all that extra damage every time we inflict a status effect. And then for this extra mod, which these two slots you can do pretty much whatever you want to, but most of the time with the Final Harbinger stance you're gonna have the Silva and Aegis out in your hands equipped. So Lifesteal is something you can use almost all the time. So Life Strike is a good one to have on there for this build. And then as your other one, I have Spring Loaded Blade to give that extra bit of weapon range. If you don't have that one, it might be good to go with another mod that gives you better channeling efficiency to counter Life Strikes, or Spring Loaded Blade, or whatever you want to go with. Maybe you even want Prime Fury for some more speed. You won't really need it, but there you go. I'm going to show you a little bit of footage that I took yesterday when I was using the Silva and Aegis Grenier build in the sorties against Grenier with augmented enemy armor. And it still just eats right through that armor like nothing. I hope you enjoy. As you can see, even Grenier with augmented enemy armor is still no problem to take down with the Silva and Aegis Prime. It wasn't a Sortie 3 unfortunately because there wasn't, the Sortie 3 was a spy. Couldn't really get good footage with that one, so I went with that one anyway because it had augmented enemy armor. And also I should add in that I don't believe you will need to use any Forma for any of these builds. You might need to for the Weeping Wounds and Blood Rush ones, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the only reason I used the Forma was so I could add on the ribbon mods that I have. But anyway, I hope this helped you out. I hope this made your Silva and Aegis unstoppable. And I hope you enjoyed watching. Please leave a like and subscribe below.